Introducing the Listener Support Program, fueling the future and quality of House of B.A.r.f. Dear loyal listeners, at the House of B.A.r.f., we strive to bring you the most engaging, informative, and entertaining content every day into the world of business, accounting, regulation, and finance. We strive to provide you with expert knowledge, practical tips, and thought-provoking discussions to help you excel in your financial endeavors. We are dedicated to fostering meaningful conversations, sharing valuable insights, and creating a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about business, accounting, regulation, and finance. Producing high-quality content requires dedication, resources, and effort from a talented team of one, me, but in the future, hopefully I'll have a team. That's why we are excited to introduce our Listener Support Program. This initiative allows you, our cherished audience members, to play a pivotal role in shaping the future and the content and assuring House of B.A.r.F's sustainability. In the future, becoming a supporter, you will be able to enjoy a range of exclusive benefits. Benefits that I'm hoping to be able to bring eventually: early access to episodes, access to episodes that are not, public, that are not accessible to everyone, possibly even create better content. And then all those mistakes I make, maybe I'll put them in a separate episode. You'll be able to get some behind the scenes stuff, and other exclusive things such as merchandise. Possibly I have, a children's book coming out, may be able to offer that. Your support goes directly towards enhancing the quality of our content, expanding our reach, our research, and investing in new resources and technology to bring you even better experiences. Your contribution will help us continue to deliver thought-provoking discussions, captivating stories, and insightful I didn't mean to say that. Maybe in the future, may possibly interview someone that will keep you engaged and inspired. Join us in shaping the future of House of B.A.r.f. by becoming a supporter today. Your generosity empowers us to keep our conversations alive and ensures that we can contribute to provide valuable content to audiences around the United States and hopefully in the future of the world. To support us, simply visit podcasters.spotify.com. Then you can get to House of B.A.r.f. Also, it is on Spotify. And support this podcast and become a supporter and choose a membership tier that aligns with your preferences. Every contribution, no matter how small or how big, makes a meaningful impact and is deeply appreciated. Thank you for being an essential part of our journey. With your support, we can reach new heights and create content that truly resonates with you, our incredible listeners. God bless. Happy listening. I'm Chanman. This is House of B.A.r.f. Again, if you would like, you can visit podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/Chan-man7. And you can go to support this podcast and become a supporter today. Thank you. You can also reach me at c287gph@gmail.com. Thank you again. You have a wonderful day. God bless. Yo. What's good? It's Chairman House of B.A.r.f. How's everybody feeling? I hope great. Getting ready for the holiday season. Oh my gosh. So, talking to some people, I go on my little rambles. Talking to some people, they be like, the year of one is always the hardest year. So what I mean by that is, let's just say, for example, you lose a significant other or something. The year one is always the hardest year. And this is my year one of, essentially my spouse leaving. You know what I'm saying? Not even just that, like got a couple little ones, and then supposedly she, has a new friend or a new main friend and some other friend, whatever, but one main one, and trying to build their new home together or whatever. So my little ones have to actually, I guess have Thanksgiving with this brand new guy or whatever. So this is my year one. For me, it's just complete bullshit. But I will have my little ones. But then, of course, at some point, we'll get that phone call. Hey, I'm ready to have the children. And then, everything's good until, it's like, what? That's what y'all did? Oh my gosh, what is wrong with this woman? I don't even know why she decides to take the path that she takes. But it's going to be a great Thanksgiving. The reason why I also bring that up, I don't just bring up stuff in it, but also they say typically a lot of domestic violence goes down around the holidays. So just putting that out there that, hey, at least wait till spring. Okay, let's get through the holiday. I'm kidding. When like 50 said, when it's warm outside, that's a good enough reason. I'm kidding. But no, put the domestic violence down, and just enjoy the holidays. It's a lot of bullshit. You got to realize the devil is alive. You know what I'm saying? The devil is alive too, So, you got to realize, when these times are going on, that, it's not just holiday season to, rejoice and, talk about Jesus or religion or your, spiritual relationship, whatever. There's also going to be a lot of corruption and hostility going on. The devil is alive and definitely hates to see people progressing, people rejoicing, coming together. Because at least they always say, not always say, but at least if a Christian going to be a Christian, when a Christian going to be a Christian? Around Christmas, around Easter. So we're right around that point where if you, not just saying Christians, but let's just even say whatever religion, let's say it's around that time, when we start kind of thinking like, man, I need to get my relationship with God together. I need to get my relationship with my in-laws or my nephews and my nieces or those friends I haven't talked to all year. I've been consumed with work. You know what? I got all this vacation time lined up. Typically, you're going to try to use it around the holidays. People are cold. They don't even feel like going outside. Go ahead. Of course, if you work remotely, you're good. But still, you could just take the time off because there's nothing better than staying up to 3 a.m. binge watching your favorite TV show and then waking up at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. or whatnot. So, have a good time. If you do got little ones, or a pet or anything, they don't care about time. They will wake up at 7:30, so you do got to consider that. But, there's nothing better instead of saying that, what, I can work remotely. I actually enjoy my job. Let me go ahead and just go to bed and I'll just keep working remotely and whatnot. Matter of fact, the whole team is out already and, they need somebody in there to handle the queue or whatever it is. So I'll just go in, nah, sweetheart. No, take the time off. Wind down. Now, on another note, I understand, let's say, for example, you're someone like me who has the year one. Actually going to work keeps your mind occupied, keeps you busy, because you don't have to sit there and listen to all the wood creaks in the house, but ain't nobody there. You don't have to hear all the sounds of laughter, but there's nobody laughing. And all you do, there's nothing like binge watching a show when you're by yourself. Like for me, it's not the same when, I had a full day of work and extracurricular activities and I'm just tired as fuck and I'm just going to sit down and binge watch. Like right now, I'm kind of binge watching The Crown. You know what I'm saying? If I'm by myself, binge watching The Crown, I guarantee you I have to cut it off after like 1 or 2 episodes and I got to go do something. I got to go I even been kind of walking lately, just going outside, walking, you know what I'm saying? And when you walk out of anger or whatnot, man, you'll crush a 3.5, miles, 3.2 miles, crush it. Like You know what I'm saying? You don't feel nothing until you get the house. You get back to the house, and the next thing you know, what do you feel? Them thighs are burning. You got chafe. You know, like you don't feel none of it. Because you're just like, man, I just got to get out. And then you just start walking, and the next thing you know, like, I mean, you're like, yeah, I could stop after a mile because that sounds about right. You know, I did a mile. But then you got to think to yourself, okay, so I go back in the house, and what's it going to be? Not only do you just go back to, you know, showering, cooking, you know, yourself some dinner, and binge watching back to the Crown or whatever show you're watching. Like, let me what else was I say? I can't even remember what I was about to say. But essentially, you also can get back to sitting there dwelling on whatever's bothering you, thinking about the unknown. And yeah, so, you know, it's a trying time. It's trying times for myself, and I'm sure for a lot of individuals. But yeah, just want to stop by, touch base. So House of Barf, season 2 is about to really start. So I did some episodes already, had some conversations already. Probably about 5 or 6. Which is crazy because I think each episode has gotten at least 2 spins each. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy because they more so weren't even episodes. This is what happened. All right, so I'm sitting. I'm not even kidding. I'm taking a break from having these conversations. I ain't gonna lie. So what happened initially a couple months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, I missed like an episode. Right, and I was like, oh, crap, I forgot to post today. But forget about it. Then I forgot a second day. I was like, oh, crap, totally forgot about it. I got to post. Then it went on for like a week. I mean, seriously, totally forgetting to post. Because also going through a whole lot of garbage. You know what I'm saying? Even daily phone calls. I probably have right now in my life probably 5 individuals. And you probably say 5 individuals, that's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing. But I'm talking about going from like 50 individuals. I'm talking about just a few months ago, 4, 5, 6 months ago, 50 individuals who were calling, texting, checking up on me, either saying positive things, saying terrible things. You know what I'm saying? It was all a little bit of both, you know? After you get ostracized so much, and you get the other people be like, man, I don't even think what you said was that serious. I kind of agreed with what you said. And I was like, really? Yeah, I don't really think that the U.S. currency should be backed by full faith and credit worthiness. That's a fiat currency, and everybody knows the fiat currency systems don't work. Or the first black people did not come over on slave ships on the Amistad. The first black people were probably already here. They just couldn't enslave them. No, so... you have those controversial comments and people ostracize you or say whatever you want to say. I tell you, I don't even really have to try to like come out and be like, what's up, guys? Welcome back. I don't even really have to do all that because sometimes the shit that just comes out of my mouth already is like, man, boy, this guy is on some other shit. I don't even realize it. People really think I try to get a roar out of people. When I try to get a roar out of people, it's on purpose. It's not, it's like you can kind of get Chandler. It's like, trying to roar people. But a lot of times, like, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So sometimes when there was incidents of, let's say, black people getting shot by police, right? Family sitting around, oh my gosh, it happened again. Another black man got shot between the ages of 15 and 55, unarmed by the police. I said, shit, that's fucked up. What happened? They said, what? I said, huh? I said, what happened? What happened? Another black man between the age of 15 and 55 got shot by the police. I was like, okay. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of like the way my psyche thinks. You know what I'm saying? Because this is another aspect. If what happened was unjustified, then we go full force. But if I'm not talking about no bullshit like his book bag smelled like marijuana. Come on, man. Or the guy's 30 and they get high school records. Back when he was 16 or 17, he was suspended from school for smelling like marijuana. Like, dude, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was no justification, strictly, let's just say Caucasian, Asian, Latino police officer, black community, gets scared, pulls gun, shoots somebody out of just either hate, stereotypes, racial profiling, discrimination, or what's the discernment? Is that the word? I can't remember what word. Their discretion. They had to shoot somebody because of their discretion. Nah, dog. We've seen this happen too many times. But on the other end, if the guy was going around swinging a pistol around, and look, he kind of looked like he might have been off some PCP, and that is a pistol, and he's swinging it around. It doesn't look like it's aimed at any police officer particularly. Or let's say it was a knife. Okay, guy looks like he's on PCP, swinging it, and let's say it's a nice-sized knife. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good knife, and he's swinging it around. Now, do we got to shoot the guy? I don't think so. I say, hey, pepper spray him, tase him. It's just a knife. Even if he chucks it at, I don't know, quantum physics speed at somebody, they might just lose an eye. Okay? They might have a gash in their forehead. Okay? But according to some tapes from Nazi Germany, these guys used to be cutting each other on purpose and putting horsehair in there or something, so that they had looked like they had war wounds or dueling scars. What's that sport where you duel with swords? Ah, crap. I love that sport. They wear the mask, the real cool mask. Jousting, not jousting. What is that sport called? But essentially you're dueling with the swords. It's one of my favorite sports in the Olympics, actually. Only thing I wish about the Olympics is that those uniforms weren't so padded. Maybe make them a little bit lighter so that somebody can actually get a little stab, It just once it touched the uniform, it dings. It goes ding, and the score, I don't know, they try to go to 20 or something, I can't remember. But I think there's definitely ways that, we could, de-escalation is a huge thing. Now, even myself, am I saying that I have the best practices when it comes to de-escalation? I'm not saying that I do. Okay. But, it's just kind of the way my brain kind of works. I'll go one step further. I personally, sometimes to an extent, now I haven't got into local politics, which I need to, because people are like, yo, that's how it starts. You got to kind of start with a penny, and then you can build your way up to $100, stacking all these pennies. So you can't just go voting every 4 years. That's basically what I do. I'll try to participate in the primaries, and then I'll participate in the major election. So I've got to get better at my local, voting for your sheriff, voting for your governor, voting for your mayor. I'm pretty sure voting for the librarian or whoever, I'm pretty sure there's a vote for so many things. And I do got to get in those. Along with my views recently, people have been telling me you may be. I actually did apply to become governor of I think it was Bowie. I think I tried to apply to become governor of Bowie when I was I'm talking about 18 on the dot. Boom, put an application in, whatever. They called me and they're like, hey, you live in a different part of Bowie that technically is not considered Bowie. So therefore, you're not actually going to be able to be governor of Bowie. And plus, if you do want to become governor of Bowie, one thing I'll tell you to go ahead and start doing is have a Sunday breakfast at your local park every Sunday. Have food giveaways, or community get-togethers just to talk, just anything. put anything together and start doing it consistently. And that's how you actually become like a politician. You have the city behind you and people vote you in or, say we got to get this guy in there. So I said, okay. And recently people say the views, because also, all right, I'm going to go a little bit into my views real quick. And this is probably the thing that's going to get me canceled. I'm for domestic and foreign affairs. I know it sounds crazy, right? It's like, oh, wow, really went off the limb on that one. No. So supposedly the Democratic Party, which is a party for the people, supposedly focuses more on domestic issues, hence why people from the right wing will say that they're socialist, trying to have free Medicare. And I mean, seriously, in my personal opinion, like, I think baby formula should be like if you got I don't want to make it seem like it's, I don't know, some rationed out country in Russia during the last SAR or anything. I don't know. But, baby formula, seriously. And daycare, maybe because I'm biased, but I'm like, yo, we got to figure something out about this. If you don't know, daycare is approximately on the mid-range. You could probably find something for $200. I'm babbling right now. Let me go ahead and go into this real quick. I want to get into this real quick. Daycare. So you have approximately 3 daycares, right? You have family daycare, where you let grandma or your mom watch the baby. Then you got home care, where you pick some random person that's a mom or probably a grandma, and they watch your baby. Then you have, so there's probably about 4. So then you have like daycare, where you go to like a facility, but they don't really have any curriculum or anything. It's a daycare. They watch your baby. Then you have a learning center, where it's a daycare, but they have a curriculum. So on the mid-range level of between all this, and this is just my basic life, is about $500 a week, $2,000 a month. So you're going to your job, earning your coin, doing your thing, knowing that there's at least $2,000 out of your check that has to go to daycare. Or you're going to just have to quit your job. Has there been time, me personally, have I had times when literally I was making $2,000 a month? Yes, just paying for daycare. How was I surviving? I had a partner who was putting up, a little bit more on the bills. But my money was strictly, I was going to work to pay for daycare, and I had no problem doing it. It made my life easy. I had nothing to think about. I go to work. Back then, I probably was sweeping floors. You know what I'm saying? Went to work, got my paycheck, paid the daycare lady. Her name was Shah. I remember. I like Shah. She was nice. I don't know if she's still doing it. Shah, and I believe, gosh, I can't even remember what city. I'm going to say Germantown. If it wasn't Germantown, Gaithersburg, somewhere out there. Cool ass lady, man. So yeah, I don't know if she's still doing it, but if you can, her name is Shah. Fantastic lady, man. Really cool. Never had an issue with like no discrimination or anything. Never had no issues with I can't think. Maybe one time we picked up the baby and it was still wet. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, no issues, man. Really, really nice lady, man. But yeah, that's daycare and all that stuff. And don't even get into like now bringing in the mortgage and the utilities. Whew. Paying those, that's at least $6-7 grand. You literally just working to stay alive. And that is why we're about to get into House of B.A.R.F. Okay. That was a good lead to getting into House of B.A.R.F. Been talking for about 20 minutes about nothing. So that's what we're getting to House of B.A.R.F. right there. Going to work, literally just to pay the mortgage, just to pay the light bill, the water bill, the gas bill, the car note, daycare, and whatever else you got going on. So kind of when you think about it, one way to think about it, and trust me, I know people smart. How do you approach this? There's this number. It's like 2080. Whatever you're making hourly times it by 2080, whatever you're making in salary divided by 2080. This will give you your hourly wage. It will also give you your salary. Whatever you got. If you got the hourly wage, multiply by 2080. If you got the salary, divide by 2080. This will tell you what you're going to be making in an hour. This is what it's going to be telling you what you're going to make for the year, the salary. Take that number and multiply it. Let's take the salary number. Let's say you get your salary. You realize, okay, I'm getting $35 an hour, whatever that is. That's approximately, I don't know. I don't get no calculator. I don't feel like doing it. Let's just say $60,000 a year. I don't know. Whatever it is. Take the 60,000 and then multiply that by however many years you would estimate that you're going to be at this company. 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever. Even just do 50 years, right? I don't think I've known anybody that ever worked 50 years. I met a few people, a few women worked 36 years. 36 years at the same company. Those people usually also have another retirement coming in as well from a previous company they worked at. And this is just their second retirement. I actually had one of the ladies come talk to me. I've had probably multiple women, I've had at least 5, 6, 7 different women come up to me and be like, yo, Chan, we not in the same boat. I remember at the previous company I was at, this is the craziest shit. I was at my previous company. I enjoyed it, but I never got stressed out because I always knew I was going to get terminated. It was on the contract agreement. Not to mention some shit I'm dealing with my former employer who's trying to pull some bullshit, but I got to handle that shit. But I'm going to a more previous, former employer. Sitting at my desk. People already knew I didn't really take the joint serious because I already knew I was going to get terminated at some point. It was like a 2-year contract or something. So I always was chilling, and people would always say like, no, Chan, no, we're not going to get terminated. I say, it's in the contract. You know what I'm saying? No, but you may get an opportunity. Listen, no offense. Where the company was kind of a bigot area, kind of a little bit, not much. When you go to certain bigot areas, you can have black people there, but then you go to the companies and the companies are like Caucasian, you know what I'm saying? So you could have an office in the middle of the city, you know what I'm saying? Black people all around, but the corporation is mainly Caucasian, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I mean. The company was kind of more bigoted, you know what I'm saying? Even when all the Asians and the Latinos are light skinned, you know what I'm saying? That's when you know you're at a bigot company, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I was like, look kind of the company we're at, man. No offense, all the black people were on one floor. All the Caucasians are on one floor. All the South Indians or whatever, they're on one floor. I'm like, look, man, I don't know if this is going to work out too well for us. But it's okay. Let's keep pursuing. So I was sitting at my desk, and 2 ladies come up to me, real cool ladies, man. One, I don't know if she was a fan of the Cowboys, but she had Cowboy, like, relatives or something. I can't remember. Or she had a family member who was a Cowboys who always would take her to the games or something. So she would always have like Cowboys memorabilia and whatnot, like some old shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, damn, that's really cool. Signed by such and such. You know what I'm saying? The other lady, no offense, she just was, I don't know how to describe it. For lack of better words, man, she just was a ratchet lady. She was my homegirl. Just a ratchet lady, cool as fuck, though. One of the more what you not going to tell her what to do or what she not going to do. You know what I'm saying? I sat right next to her. So constantly I was hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, such and such, we may need you to do this. I got to get off early today. And this is the other thing about her. She was like, I just bought a new house. That's the shit she would also do. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would buy and sell properties. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, she was classy but ratchet, you know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, whatever happened to that house you were supposed to sell? Oh, man, the water pipes were bad. I got to replace all the water pipes. Oh, shit, so where you going to stay? Oh, yeah, I got another house that I bought Probably going to stay there for about 2 years, and I'm probably going to sell that one. Like, damn, oh, shit. So sitting at my desk one random day, just random day. People knew how I felt about the company. I enjoyed it, but I knew I wasn't going to be staying too long. One random day, the two ladies, I'm not saying their names, but the Cowboys memorabilia lady and kind of the Ratchet lady, they just say, Chan, we just want to talk to you, man. I was like, right now, for real? You know what I'm saying? Middle of the day, I'm chilling, taking phone calls, chilling. We just want to talk to you, man. This is some bullshit of what the company's doing to y'all, doing to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know, man. They're going to terminate us anytime now. You know what I'm saying? And the ladies are like, they will. Don't think like everybody else is thinking. Like, you know. So at this same time, I'm coaching like I may not coach all the individuals, but we're coaching 20 individuals. You know what I'm saying? I would have 2 or 3 people at my desk and they'd be taking my phone calls, right? I was like, yo, these are my replacements right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'd have 2 or 3 of these young bulls, these young boys, young women, you know what I'm saying, sitting at my desk. Some cool individuals, don't know shit about stocks, don't know shit about bonds. What the company does is they go to college campuses and they recruit all these knuckleheads who, not all of them, people who want to walk around like they're stocks and bonds, pompous people. No, they don't know shit. They may have heard their dad talk about a stock or something. They may have heard their mom talk about a stock or something. Don't really know shit. So you're sitting there, you're training these individuals, getting them ready for the phones. Because this is going to be step one in some type of organizational merger acquisition, hierarchy, decentralization, centralization, organizational behavior change, whatever. A bunch of terms that you just throw out there. So, I'm sitting there talking to the other ladies, and they're just like, yo, they will terminate you. So you really should start preparing for your next move. And I'm like, man, you know what they always say? You get terminated, take a vacation. Seriously, we just sit there, start laughing, whatever, kicking it. Next thing you know, I hear this loud. I know exactly who it is. It's my man. He's a big dude. He played football in college. I just hear, Chandler! I said, gosh darn it, what? He said, look at your emails. As soon as I heard him say, look at your emails, I said, there it is. Me and the ladies looked at each other. I was like, there it is. I said, go check it out. Let's see what it is. Look at my desk. Thank you so much for your service. Your contract is now coming to an end. You have a 2-week notice. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you. I said, yo, I called the ladies over. I was like, yo, check this out. They read it and they said, see, we were literally just talking. They said, see, this stuff is, but what they'll tell me is this happened at that previous company and my former employer that got some bullshit going on. They said, the reason why we're here is, look, I think the Cowboys memorabilia lady said, I've been here since I've been 18. She, no offense, didn't look a day over 21, but she was far past 18 or whatever. It was like one of her first jobs out of college. She was married to like a military man, and he was amazing. Then I guess he started beating her or something, getting drunk or something, and she had to leave. So she was still with the company. She said she had like 3 daughters she was raising. So she's just been with the company. The other lady, I think she had another job that she worked at for 10, 15 years, got like a partial retirement, and then she got with the company and she's about to get her sex. So they're like, look, man, like those big positions where you get to get flown out by, clients and sit there and put together strategies and plans, all that, is only few and far between. For the most part, those positions are people who are cool with the bigwig, the executives. Even the new executive that we got after the first executive passed away, they said the first executive had been grooming him for 30 years. I said, what? They said, yeah, no, he didn't just become CEO overnight. Nah, he was under the first CEO's wing for, 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, that's crazy. Yeah. So the company also had a rule that you couldn't be like a CEO or something over the age of like 70. So the first CEO was well over the age of 70, but still showed up to the company pretty often. Matter of fact, I think he ate lunch there. pretty regularly. I believe I even had the opportunity to see him once, and received a book from him that he wrote. I'm not sure if I got it signed or not. Actually, I think I got 2 books because one of the youngins that didn't really know anything on stocks or bonds threw their book at me and was like, hey, you can have this. I said, yo, cool. Let me get it just in case I lose this one. I read probably 3 to 4 of the chapters. But yeah, so just real quick, getting to the more recent former employer, sitting there, going to meetings. They saw the way I was getting treated. Like, this is the thing that's crazy. This last employer that I just got terminated from, which they're going around throwing the campaign that I was discharged, which is complete bullshit. I had some people pull me aside again because people there knew me. They knew I stayed up late. You know what I'm saying? Not only paying attention to our work, our cases, I also paid attention to the industry. I stayed up on industry news. The last few days, I have not been staying up on industry news, and I will admit it's taking a toll on my trading. It's not taking a huge toll, but I noticed I'm like, yo, why is this stock just shooting up like this? This isn't in the technical analysis, right? It's not in the technical analysis. What's going on here? And then later on, I pull up the live news, taking a look. Oh, Q3 earnings shot through the roof. I'm like, oh, that's why. I'm like, what the hell? I may set a short call, basically saying that the stock is not going to go above this price this week based off of technical analysis. Slipped my mind to check the calendar to see the earnings reports, and then you can set up your trade. It's a little dumb thing because you can get a little bit lazy after. I mean, seriously, when you're doing this trading, it gets tiring because you're doing it every day, checking the technical analysis, checking the fundamentals, checking the live news. You're doing this every day. Sometimes if you can find a little shortcut, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of try to. It's like, oh man, do I really feel like going through all this and whatnot? So, but yeah, had a couple of ladies. They saw the way I was getting treated. They just basically were like, yo, listen, I don't think being here is for you, dog. Seriously, I could ask the most simple, basic question in a meeting and they faces turn beet red and they just be quiet. That's not what we're talking about, China. Oh, okay, cool. I walk out laughing. I'm like, damn, did you see how red her face got when I asked that question? I'm just laughing about it, but other people aren't laughing. They're like, man, Chan, we don't know what's going on, man. This is some crazy shit. I'm just like, yo, don't worry about it. Trust. People don't even realize, seriously, when I talk about God, I'm being serious. When I'd be like, yo, God got this all. Listen, there were people enslaved for 400 years. Everybody asked, why didn't they fight back? I don't know if it was 400 years, but 300 years, however long it was, right? Enslaved. Why didn't they fight back? Why didn't they just, well, there were some revolts. There was the largest one, I think 60 Caucasians died. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell people, man, when it comes to kind of spiritual people, they just always know that this is for a reason. They always know that there's something that's going to go on, some type of exposure, some type of wipeout, some type of change. It just happens that God chose us to be in this situation. So whenever you feel that flame on your ass, it's not even affecting you. It's affecting your children. It's affecting your wife. It's affecting your husband. It's affecting your mom, your dad, your cousins, your best friends, your pet. When that shit is happening, it feels like it's happening to you. And you have to go out and do something about it. You got to go put your hands on something. Or you got to say something. You got to do something. It's happening to me and they got the wrong one. The thing is, we were chosen by God. I'm not trying to sit here and preach or make it sound like that, but it's like God chose us for a reason. Don't know why. don't know how this is going to benefit us. It feels like torture. It feels like hell to an extent. I'd rather God not choose me. All right, I'm kidding. All right, I'm kidding. But it's like I'm going through this mental travesty. I'm going through this financial travesty because God chose me. And it's like, yes, he chose you to go through these trials and tribulations because he knew, or God knew, there was nobody who could be strong enough for this task. And it's like, well, what is the purpose? What's the task? What's the mission? What's the end point? What's the end game? And it's like, I don't know. So I'm just supposed to be out here just chilling, just saying, God, take the wheel. No, there's a parable about a man that did that. It's a short story. I don't think it's biblical. It's like a parable. It's like a fake story. I'm not sure. But it's essentially about a man who waited on God. And what happened? He got wiped away in some rain or something. And he said, God, why didn't you come get me? He said, did you not see the boat, the ropes, the man I sent? It's like, so it's not just sit around and say, Jesus, take the wheel. Put your damn hand on that wheel. That's why God gave you those hands. Okay? But when you feel like, okay, I can't control this anymore, you have to have trust. You have to have faith. They call it another thing, they call it the 2 footprints in the sand. You're walking on the sand, but I can't remember how it goes. I gotta remember. But essentially, you're walking on the sand, and either there's like 2 more footprints, so there's 4 footprints. I don't think that's it, but I think you're walking on the sand or something, and there's like 2 footprints or something, right? And they say something supposedly or something. I can't remember the story, but essentially, God is carrying you. Okay, like God is carrying you right now. Let's just say you're walking on the beach. I can't remember, but you're talking to God and God is with you, but there's only 2 footprints in the sand. It says God's carrying you, carrying us, and everything's going to be okay. And we're going to get through all this. And before you know it, as people always say, we're going to look back and laugh. Can we just get to that part where we're looking back and laughing, But all right, so we're talking for about 40 minutes. Haven't talked about shit yet. How about this? I got to do another advertisement for this other company that I'm starting. Again, right now it's called Chandler Gregory Hayes, but once I get my money together, I'm going to try to buy a trade name so that I can start doing things under the House of B.a.r.f. I just try to share this because I want this to work out for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? This business I'm trying to work on, it's like a coaching therapy thing. So what I'm going to be trying to work on with that is for people who want some type of coaching when it comes to finances, not more so wanting to know like the history of it, but just kind of like, which way do I go from here? Or whatever. We can just sit down and, talk about it and do some coaching. It's not guidance. It's not advice. It's just some coaching, just of little things that I'm learning. I'm not the expert. Didn't work for Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. Don't read a whole lot of books. Just a regular ass individual, but we can move forward. I think I have a little bit of knowledge enough just to move forward a little bit. For example, it can get tough. Some people don't want anything to do with the government. Some people are like, I don't want no government sponsored account or anything. It's like, okay. All right. Maybe precious metals. You know what I'm saying? Or we try to figure this out, however you want to figure this out. What do I do when I want to invest, but I don't want to invest in the stock market? I don't want any stocks. You know what I'm saying? My favorite is I want to get rich quick and I don't want any risk. Okay. All right. I got you. So that one is my number one favorite. I have a lot of domestic stocks. I would like to start investing more internationally. Like, kind of which way do I go? What things do I look at? And the thing is about the coaching is I don't have all the answers. The thing about the answers is just knowing kind of how to get there a little quicker than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So The first thing I do is somebody says they want some more international. The first thing that comes to my mind is an ETF, exchange traded fund, which is essentially a pre-made portfolio that's already managed, just put together. That sounds like a job interview question. It really does. How could you explain an ETF to someone in clear and just layman terms? Well, an ETF is an exchange traded fund that is a pre-made portfolio that's managed already. Blah, 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 blah. I can't even remember. That's why this is one reason why I like doing the conversations on House of B.A.R.F. on this, because I don't have to try to impress or show off or anything. At the job, you start stumbling over your words. Oh my gosh, start sweating. It's like a Black Mirror episode where you try to rewind the whole interview and you're like, oh man, what did I say here? Oh, look at their face. Look at their face. So that's why I just do this. I'm not doing any video right now. I'll get to the video eventually. Once I start getting some advertisement, some sponsorship, or some listener support or something. Not trying to put no pressure out there. Not trying to say, I'll do it once somebody can help me. What I'm saying? No, that's not what I'm saying. But once that stuff starts rolling in, then of course, have you ever watched an old episode of Drink Champs or whatever? I'd be like, damn, I didn't realize it was this bad. Back then you didn't realize it. Now you look back and you're like, damn, they've come a far way. So yeah, just kind of like that. I'll start, putting my face on camera. I've actually lost a pound. So I'm feeling kind of good about that. I got to keep this up and going because I do got to start getting public ready. So besides the business right now it's called Chandler Gregory Hayes. I'm going to try to get the name changed to House of B.A.R.F. if I can eventually. If not, then I'm just going to change the name completely because somebody went in and undercutted me and bought House of B.A.R.F. knowing that I'm looking for it and is going to try to sell it to me at a high price. Kind of like what happened to Cam Newton, and I think his name was Clausen. Cam Newton wore the number 2 or something, and he was in college. Clausen, I think, was already recruited. He had the number 2. Cam Newton came. He was like, let me get that number. And essentially, Clausen tried to extort him for it. And I'm just joking about that. I don't want anybody thinking that was a fact. He basically tried to sell the number to him at a price. Okay, I was just kidding about the whole extortion thing. Please. So that's the coaching, the therapy part. Therapy. Not a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. I took probably about 3 or 4 years of psychology in college. I can tell you that much. But the therapy is just to take the topics of B.A.R.F., business, accounting, regulation, finance, and let's dig why we just throw up when we hear these terms. Business, accounting, regulation, finance, economics. Oh, I'm done. Feign it. Okay. Let's see what we can do to talk about that. Why does it give you that emotion? Why does it give you that feeling? Let's dig a little deep in there, okay, just to figure it out. And not even that. Listen, I'm going to tell you already, you know what my secret potion is going to be? To sit back and listen. I'm telling you, I'm probably going to have a cigar, maybe a cup of cognac, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to sit there and listen. Now, if they try to get to a point of what do you think? Then maybe I'll express. But for the most part, I'm just going to sit there and figure out because we're going to find out different things. So maybe you didn't exercise that part of your brain. Maybe you saw your mother struggling and you just steer away from it. Maybe you've never been taught anything about it. Who knows? I'm going to be doing my research. I got this website up called Allison.com. that talks about some basic ass shit. I'll look at that shit and see, has this person ever thought about this or done this? And we'll just approach it. And essentially, you know how people are going to be. Oh, that's some bullshit. He just sat there smoking and drinking, and I sat there doing all the talking. It's like, no. You know how sometimes when you just sit there and say some shit that you hear it out loud and you say to yourself, some people say be careful with words because they can become things. You know what I'm saying? Words are things. But also, I think words can also just disappear. They say, words are something you can never take back. True. But what if sometimes you could just say something? Blah! I hate fucking black people. Like, okay. You got it out. You got it out of your gut, out of your gallbladder. You got it out. How did it feel? Felt great. It's like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Gave you an emotion. Now let's talk about it. Okay. Now, what happened? Like, I know you just didn't come out of your mother's womb saying, fuck racial slur this, fuck racial slur that. No offense. I have to say, in my personal opinion, that's it's a taught, learned kind of behavior, an environment thing. You know what I'm saying? Did you essentially, one thing I think about is, again, how was the upbringing? How was the environment? Is there some genetic code to this as well? Possibly. Yes, there's probably a genetic code to this. But as well, what else is going on? So just taking certain approaches, figuring out, I will be doing my research, especially if someone's deciding to sit down and pay me for my services. I have to be the expert in the room. Okay. And that's one thing I'm working on, is relaying that I'm the expert. I'm one person who says, hey, no, we're equals. Okay. You and me, we work together. I do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's getting to a point where say, no more. When you're on that phone, when you're in that office, where you are, wherever you are, you're the expert. And I have to accept that. Now, in my head, I'll tell y'all real quick personally, I know I'm the expert. I know it. And what do you mean? How do I know it? No offense. I know there's a bunch of people out there, but you weren't up all night studying, not studying, but reading, catching up on the Asian market, on the European market, on different analytic tools, on Excel that you can use. What is percentage in points? What does that mean? And what I mean to say that is in the sense of, let's just take like basketball. If I stayed up all night shooting free throws or shooting shots or practicing layups or whatever it was, dribbling drills, whatever, all of it, all the above. When I go into my next practice or my next game, guess who I'm going to say is the expert out there? Me. Because I know that nobody else did what I did. And I'm going to do it today, and I'm going to do it tonight, and I'm going to do it tomorrow and the day after that. And I'm going to be the expert. I'm going to be the bar. So that's what I more so mean. When I'm up doing my research at night, this is the crazy thing is, it doesn't feel like research. I'm really just intrigued. I'm like, oh snap. I don't know. NVIDIA hit, $505 aftermarket or something, with their earnings report coming out tomorrow night. Oh wow. Okay. And I'm like, okay, so what is going on with NVIDIA? Okay, they got the chip thing going on. America has some regulations against the chips to China. NVIDIA somehow found a way to sell 3 different chips to China, even with the U.S. regulations. Okay, how much of the chip company does this make up of? How much of China does this make up of NVIDIA? And you just go down a rabbit hole. Oh, okay. I don't know. NVIDIA is a 1 coming up on $1 trillion business or something. I don't know if that's true or not. And the Chinese market makes up approximately about 20% of their business. Oh, okay. All right. And you just keep going down the rabbit hole and more down the rabbit hole. And next thing you know, it's 3:00 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I will admit to you, the last week, I have not been doing that because I have been getting my rest, because I do need to start doing House of B.A.R.F. more consistently. And then I also need to start making sure that I'm awake and paying attention to the market during some of the trades. Like, for example, it's 9:32 a.m. right now, Eastern Standard Time, November 21st. Happy Thanksgiving to anybody and everybody out there. I hope y'all are having a wonderful holiday. Sorry, I just looked at the clock. I'm like, oh crap. And I didn't have my alarm set or something. Usually I have like an alarm to go off. I can't even think right now. I'm trying to do a podcast and trade. Sorry about that. Crap. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay. The video is at 500. Okay, cool. Seriously, I was just looking at this. Okay, Boeing having a pretty good day. Let me see market research. Let me see U.S. markets. Let me see. Okay, I just want to see market movers for today. Let's see. Crap. Okay. Just taking a look at this market. I'm gonna get on top of this. Healthcare is up, materials, financials, utilities are in the green for right now. Most active, Ngami, Uber Technologies, CSX Corp, Valvoline. Okay, fantastic. Let me see, percentage increase. We have Infobird, Cardio Diagnostics, Money Hero, Pro Kidney, Mira Pharmaceuticals. Okay. Let's see some of these big losers. Percentage decreases. Safe and Green Develop Corp, Plus Therapeutics, Jeff's Brands, 270 Bio, Almazine Neuro. Okay, those are some of the biggest losers. All right, I'm going to go to most active, and I'm going to leave it right there. Uber, I want to take a look at Uber. $54. Okay, it's been pretty basic. Oh, but over the last 1 year, it's been actually a pretty good year. It's actually up approximately about 27 points. That's approximately 87% over the year. Started the year out around 24, and now it's at approximately 83. Currently right now on the market, it's approximately $54.35. Cool, fantastic. Let me see. Okay. All right. Kind of lost my train of thought. Also, okay, on the business as well. What was it called? Chandler Gregory Hayes right now. The coaching, therapy, and then also I kind of do want to do some community work. Besides the coaching and therapy, implementing programs in schools or even in homes. So it's coaching / therapy / community. If I have to get a cease and desist or sued by somebody for not doing things correctly, gosh, you just have to get the lawyers and get it all resolved. But right now, that's where I'm going to be at. Then also, we got House of Barf, the entertainment, where the podcast is under there. Thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decides to stop by and kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. But we have the entertainment side where I do the podcast, where essentially I'm supposed to be talking about business, accounting, regulation, and finance. But at times you hear me stumble across personal things that go on in life and other stuff. God, that is really not part of the episode, but hey, I'm doing my thing. Then we have Langston Mankson's Cool and Made Stand Adventure coming out. It's supposed to be coming out very soon. I think we're on the last steps. I think possibly the cover is being drawn up now. I believe that's what we're working on. The pages, I think the words, I think we got something. I think we got it together. I think the cover's being drawn up. It's just crazy right now when this stuff is going on, and I'm going through a marital issue because I did all these things for this person. This is why I do it for, and as I'm going through this, it's terrible, man. It's terrible. But yes, Langston Mankson's book is supposed to be coming out soon. I believe the cover's getting drawn up, and going to possibly start the marketing portion of it, which I've already kind of started it, but I think it's going to go to the next step. Then also, last thing, book, business, crap, I can't even remember the last thing. Book, the business. All right. Well, last thing I'll say is also listener support. Please, there's anything you can throw my way, it's anything, and trust me, we're going to build this up. It'll be something that you can enjoy. But listen, I understand customers. I understand there are customers that if I can get the pussy for free, why would I put a ring on it? Okay, so I understand that's how, some people think. So there will be, that's the point where I will have to start charging for episodes. The part that I'm not going to charge for this. What I'm going to charge for is the next thing I go to, where we sit there and we pull up the videos that I look at. I need to do the dishes. Oh man, them things are starting to, see, that's the thing about when you by yourself, you don't have a lot of dishes, so it doesn't look bad, but they've been in there for like 3-4 days. And it's like, oh crap, I got to get those things out of here. Start looking like a little bit of mold growing on the milk, but yes, so going to have to start charging. What I'm going to charge for is the trades that I'm going to be making, because again, as I stated before, I do not like the way that people can pervert the market. That's the stuff you see on YouTube and Wolf of Wall Street and everything, because that's not technically what I would say somebody should be setting their portfolio. Now, one thing I do agree with is hedging your positions, yes, and also rebalancing. It's okay to rebalance every 6 months, 1 year, if you want. If that's what you want to do that. But then rebalance it and set your hedge. So let me go. I'm only going to talk for a couple more minutes because I got to get back to this market. I may start the episode back up, a different episode where I'm going to be focusing on the market. Okay, so rebalancing. You got a stock that shot up 50% in the last 6 months. Don't just go there and look at it and say, hey, man, that stock has jumped up 50% in the last 6 months. Click, log out, never look at it. Not till a year or two later when it's down 50%. And what do you decide to do then? Oh, I'm down 50%. I got to get out of this. So rebalancing, saying, hey, okay, this stock jumped up 50%. Yes, it could jump up 100%, but you got 50% in 6 months. You can liquidate the position if you want to, but also there's hedges. You could set a hedge to say, you know what, this stock has jumped up 50%. I'm okay with that. And you could sell a call at the money, in the money, if you wanted to. Set the price, let that short call go. I'm not going to go into all the details because I'm about to wrap this up. You could also get a long put. I would say probably at the money. Or I don't know. It depends on what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Just set that long put and come back in 6 months and see what happens. If the stock shot up, yep. And then you have your long put, is losing money. Essentially, all you did was lose some of those gains you got. So instead of making $22,000, you mean $19,500. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So there's nothing wrong with even being the person at work who has the 401k that plans on just letting it sit for 20 years. There's no problem with rebalancing. Now, you may not be able to, hedge in a 401k, but that's why the 401k is getting old. People are like, man, I could do better on my own. That's a song, right? Probably, or a movie by Tyler Perry. Wells, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I want to thank anybody and everybody who decided to take time out of a wonderful day, so close to the holidays, to come kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. I'm Chairman, and this is House of B.A.r.f. Blah! I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Manxon and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Manxon sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Manxon and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Manxon, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Manxon learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Manxon set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Manxon, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers with a background in finances. I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right, thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless.